Hey guys, happy Independence Day. It's a bit of a tradition for me to review another Purge movie because I reviewed the first Purge movie back in 2014 and it's my very first movie review for this channel. So yeah, of course I had to review the Purge sequel, which came out later in 2014, The Purge Anarchy, and now we got the third movie, The Purge Election Year. So it gives me joy to review these movies, and if there will ever be a Purge 4, Purge 5, Purge 6, or whatever, any Purge sequel, I have to review it because for me it's tradition. So, if you follow my reviews for the Purge series so far, you know that I've been disappointed with these movies because they haven't really gone deep into the idea of the Purge. The idea of the Purge is fantastic. All crime is legal for 12 hours. You could do whatever you want. All crime is legal. The only thing you can't do is use level 5 weapons, which includes a rocket launcher, I believe, and also you can't hurt any government officials. But anybody throughout the United States, it's up for grabs. You could do whatever you want to them. You could kill them, rape them, steal from them, rob them, do graffiti all over the place, trash the places, all that stuff, cause fires. You could do whatever the hell you want for 12 hours. So the idea is freaking awesome. It's just that for the movie so far, they haven't really gone into the idea, and they just went the safe way out, the easy way out. So the first movie is basically a home invasion movie, and not only was it disappointing for me and a bit boring, but also because there were too many stupid characters, so it's so hard for me to get invested in the movie. Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey were great in it, and there were a couple other cool characters, but the majority of the movie is focused on these stupid ass characters that you want to either just go away or leave because they're the reasons why this movie is, created basically. It's a horror movie. You have to have stupid characters apparently, so things could actually happen in a horror movie. And same thing with the Purge Anarchy. Um, I do like Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo was freaking awesome in that movie. Hell, he's the best thing about the movie. So I was able to enjoy myself because of him. He is the Punisher. Basically, he drives this armored car. He's trying to find out the killer who killed his son back then. So he wants revenge. He wants to kill him. But at the same time, he meets up with these group of people who are trying to survive the night. And yeah, he's basically their protector. So he just wants to survive the night and meet up with the killer and kill him. So I was invested in his story. I was invested in his crusade to find this guy. But the problem is, along the journey, you meet up with these stupid fucking characters, including one that doesn't shut the fuck up and is trying to preach saying, "Oh, killing is bad. Killing is bad. Why do you kill people?" Seriously, that bitch was annoying in the second movie. Goddamn. So yeah, that even though I did enjoy the Purge Anarchy a lot more than the original Purge, but still, stupid characters ruined it. So how did I feel about the Purge election year? I thought it's the best out of all three. Seriously, I thought it was the best out of all three, and that's mostly because there's not that many stupid characters. I mean, still, I'm disappointed that it doesn't go deep into the idea of the Purge, but Frank Grillo's back. He kicks so much ass. You meet up with other characters who kick ass. They got rid of, they didn't have that many stupid characters. In fact, only two characters annoy me in this entire movie, and I'm okay with that. Mostly because they met their demise. And the movie also focuses on a bit with the NFFA, the New Founding Fathers of America, so you now know who they are and who's in the group and what their plans are for this year's Purge. So yeah, at least it's a bit more. I guess it does go more into the idea of the Purge, especially with the guys who actually created the Purge in the first place. So I give the movie credit for that. Sure, in the sequels, I really do hope that they go more deep into the Purge or have the idea of visiting all these different people in these different situations throughout the United States, make it like an anthology movie, that kind of thing. So yeah, I kind of want that for a Purge sequel or for a true Purge movie. But with what I got, Frank Grillo killing people, kicking ass, I'm happy with that. So yeah, I do recommend this movie, especially if you like the Purge movies. If you like the Purge Anarchy, then you're definitely gonna like this one because this is a true sequel to that. This movie has nothing to do with Ethan Hawke's family, and this takes place in Washington, D.C., and basically it's kind of similar to, what's it called? John Carpenter's Escape from New York. So, yeah, you just have this guy who kicks ass who's trying to protect this person and for 12 hours and make sure that no harm comes to her. So it's kind of similar to those movies, or even similar to The Warriors, them just going throughout the Washington, D.C. trying to survive. So I do like this movie, I really do. But I gotta say that if you're not a big fan of these movies, especially because of the dialogue and stupid characters, you're not gonna like this one. Even though like I said, the stupid characters, there's not as many as the previous movies, the dialogue is bullshit. I have to say that. The dialogue is cringy at times. It's really bad, badly written. It's like it's written by a 12-year-old, but the cast made it work. So if you're willing to accept that, then you'll enjoy this movie. I'm going to have to go into full-blown spoilers for this one. So like I said, if you like the Purge movies, you're definitely going to like this one. I thought it's the best out of all three. So the movie takes place a couple years after the Purge anarchy. Frank Grillo is now a security guard. Well, not exactly a security guard. He's just an agent who works for the senator who's trying to run for office. So if she gets elected to be president, then she will make sure that the Purge will go away for good. The NFFA realizes that she might actually win the for office. So they're trying to make up this crazy plan. So they set up this new rule for this year's Purge. So, like I said, the Purge is everyone's up for grabs. All crime is legal for 12 hours, but now they revoked the rule about no government officials can be harmed throughout this throughout the 12 hours. So really, anybody's up for grabs. You could go after the president, the senators, any government official. You could kill them finally. So, and the only reason they did this is because they really want to get rid of the senator. But that's the problem with with their plan. Just because you could kill the senator does not mean that nobody can kill you guys. Seriously, you're at risk here. But they are so fucking confident that no one could fucking touch them. And the movie has revolves around this plot of the rebellion, knowing that, okay, they revoked this rule, so here's our chance to fucking kill the NFFA. Seriously, the NFFA are fucking dumbasses for doing this. They should have thought of a different rule or something else around this, but they just wanted to do it to get rid of the senator. So, the woman who plays the senator, the actress's name is Elizabeth Mitchell. I thought she was great. She was really good. I cared about her. I liked the flashback they did in the beginning of the movie, where it showed her 20 years ago, and it was during the Purge, and she was a little kid at the time, like a teenager, I believe, and her family was slaughtered in front of her, and she's the only survivor. So, she wants the Purge gone. At first, I thought there was going to be a twist about her, like even though she keeps saying she wants to run for office and the Purge is going to be gone forever, I thought that she has her own vendetta or her own plans, and it turns out that she will be the bad guy. But no, throughout the entire movie, she is this good this good person who actually cares about people, and it's not just doing it to win votes. She actually cares about people. She wants to help people. She wants to save people, and she wants the Purge to be stopped. So I'm happy about that. And she now, even though she is a damsel in distress at the end of the movie, and throughout the movie, Frank Grillo has to protect her, but she can hold her own. Sure, she didn't really kill anyone or hurt anyone even, but if she realizes that people need help, she will try to help them, and she won't become a nuisance or anything. So I thought she was a great character in this movie. And her chemistry with Frank Grillo was great. At one point, I thought that they would probably be a couple at one point, but not really. I guess they're just acquaintances. They know each other for a couple months now, and they know how they feel about the Purge, so that's why they're connected. I guess at one point there is a bit of a romantic chemistry between them, but if there are a couple, I'm okay with that. If they're not a couple, I'm also okay with that. So, and that's the thing. The movie does revolve around Frank Grillo trying to protect the senator because there's a traitor in the group. When he heard that the NFFA revoked this rule, he really wants to escort the senator out of the United States. But the senator's like, listen, I'm running for office. If I run now, no one's going to vote for me, and the guy automatically won. So I can't let that happen. And Frank Grillo's like, I understand, but if you want to live, we got to move the fuck out of the United States right now. So she's like, nope, I have to stay. He's like, fine, we'll get the safe house. We'll get a bunch of guards in every single fucking room. We have snipers on top of the fucking roof. So everything should be fine. Of course, this is the Purge, so nothing is fine. And he gets betrayed. And at the time, within the first 2 minutes, when I saw that he had a partner who's this tall, gray-haired guy, I was like, you know what? I think he's going to be the traitor. And that's because I've seen the trailers, and even though they didn't show the partner in the trailers, but when I saw this guy for the first time in the movie, I was like, I feel like he's going to be the traitor. He was! But it turns out there are two traitors. It's not just the partner. It's also the security chief. He's also the traitor. And this guy, who's this tiny guy, old guy, he looks like the guy from Lady in the Water. He's like the critic or the snob in that movie who gets killed by the grass werewolf or the grass wolf, whatever that fucking thing is called, the Narf. I don't know. So, yeah, he looked like him. And at first I thought, nah, it can't be him. I think it's not going to be that traditional, that stereotypical for them to use a character like that and for him to be a traitor. No, I think it's the partner. But no, it turns out to be him as well. So I was like, okay, I'm shocked. Okay, good job, movie, on that one. So yeah, there's the two traitors. They betrayed Frank Grillo. So Frank Grillo and the senator got out of the safe house, and they're running through Washington, D.C., and they're trying to survive the night. And at the same time, the movie focuses on another group of people. And in this group of people, we have this guy named Joe Dixon, who owns this deli, named Joe's Deli. And he's played by the actor from Forrest Gump. Bubba! He's Bubba from Forrest Gump. And I like this guy so much in this movie. I have not seen him in movies or TV shows in a long time, so it's nice to see him here. And his partner is Marcos, who's this Hispanic guy who worked under Joe for about 7 years. And it turns out he's an expert marksman. He's very good at getting headshots with a rifle. And then we have this lady who is a badass. I like this character a lot. So this lady, every time during the Purge, she goes out at night trying to help people. She's inside this ambulance. It's not exactly an ambulance, but you could call it an ambulance. She's inside this ambulance. She's trying to help people who got stabbed or hurt. If they're still alive, she will make sure that she protects them, puts them in the ambulance, and brings them over to the shelters where they could heal. And if anyone tries to confront her about it, she always has her trusty pump shotgun and shoots them in the fucking face. She was cool. I liked her. So the movie also focuses on this group of people, and there's this plot point about Joe. He lost the insurance for the Purge because they just changed the rule overnight. So he only had 1 day to come up with the money to pay off the insurance, but he doesn't have the money. So at that point, he realized, okay, I have no choice. If I want to protect my deli, then I have to stay here, spend the night for 12 hours, and shoot down anybody who tries to take over his deli. So, the movie revolves around this, and Marcos is like, listen, since I'm your partner, I'll protect you since I'm a better marksman anyway. And the lady, she's out in the Purge, and if Joe ever needs help, she'll definitely help him out. So, then this group eventually meets up with the senator and Frank Grillo. So they join up together, and they're trying to survive the night. And it turns out that the NFFA not only made up the plan with the traitors to try to capture the senator, but they also have mercenaries who are these neo-Nazis. Seriously, the head of this neo-Nazi mercenary group is bald. And he has tattoos all over his fucking face. And he has a swastika as well. So, yeah. He was cool. I like this guy. My friend thought that he was Anthony Michael Hall, but it turns out on IMDb anyway. His name is Terry Serpico, and he did a lot of TV shows. And I remember him from a couple movies. I thought he was fine. A lot of people know him mostly from Donnie Brasco. So, they're trying to escape from the mercenaries at the same time. And later on, they the group meets up with the rebels, led by Dante Bishop, who is known as the Stranger from the first Purge movie and the second Purge movie. So the rebels have this learned that the minister, who is the candidate also running for office, who's against the senator. So the rebels know where he is, and he's at this church for a mass. So they set up a plan to kill off him and also the NFFA members and kill them off all during the purge. But the senator knows about this plan. She really hates it. She's like, listen, you're going to make him a martyr. Do not do it. I must win this on my own. I can win this. Just please do not kill him. But the rebels don't listen to her. So then the mercenaries find out where they are. So the Frank Grillo and the senator had to get out. And then the senator gets captured. And then it turns out that she got captured by the mercenaries who sent her to the church where the minister and the NFFA are. So then at that point it becomes a rescue mission. So they rescued her. There's a couple deaths. There's a fist fight, a knife fight. And at the end, the rebels decide not to kill off the minister. Dante Bishop had a change of heart. And the movie basically ends there. Then 2 months later, it shows Frank Grillo and the senator. They're out voting. And she cast her first vote. And it turned out that she actually won the states required to win the presidency. And at that point, the people who actually love the Purge are rioting in the streets. They didn't want her to be president. And the movie just ends there. So it's a very simple movie, to be honest. And you know what? If a movie is simple and it does it well, that's all you care about, basically. So yeah, I was entertained by this movie, but I do have to talk about the things I did not like. Okay, before about that, the things I did like. So Joe Dixon was great, and you know, remember the part where I said that the dialogue is bullshit? I'll give you an example. There's this scene where the group is trying to hide from the mercenaries. So they're in the ambulance underneath this bridge, but underneath the bridge as well, it turns out there's a group of people. They're the Crips. They're the fucking Crips. So the Crips notices the van, and they approach the van, and at that point, Joe Dixon's like, holy shit, there's a whole bunch of Negroes coming this way, and we're like a bucket of fried chicken. Seriously, that's one of the lines in this movie. But to be honest, the guy who played Joe Dixon, he was fucking good. And he delivered it so well, even though I was laughing my ass off, but he was good. And he made this line fucking work. Hell, he even made the line blue cheese work. I don't know why he says blue cheese after busting somebody's balls. Probably I just don't understand what that means. But it was hilarious. I like this guy so much. And you do see some cool-ass kills with Frank Grillo, especially with his freaking knife. That was pretty cool. So when he was fighting off the leader of the mercenaries at the end, so he grabbed the knife and he slashes around the belly of the mercenary. Then he stabbed him in the freaking the back of the neck. That was so fucking cool. So yeah, the kills are pretty cool in this movie, especially because it's done by Frank Grillo. Seriously, Frank Grillo is the Punisher. Even though I'm glad that Jon Bernthal is the Punisher in the Netflix series, but if Jon Bernthal ever decides to retire from being the Punisher, we do have Frank Grillo. Seriously, Frank Grillo was so good in this. It's a shame that his role as Crossbones is so minimal in Captain America Civil War. It's just a shame. He deserved a lot more than that. Ugh. And yeah, that's basically all the good stuff I gotta talk about. And like I said about Joe Dixon, he was so good in this movie, and I cared about the character so much, even though his dialogue is bullshit. But at the end, he dies, and I was actually sad about this character. Hell, I almost got teary-eyed at that point. I was like, God damn, they had to kill off this character? Damn it. And it turned out that he's basically a six-shooter, but he's very fast. He's technically a cowboy. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, because earlier on in the movie, it showed him and Marcos killing off about 12 people at the same time. He's like, bum, 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 bum. And these 12 purgers were trying to kill off the Frank Grillo and the senator, and they killed them in the heads and all that stuff. That was so cool. So yeah, Joe Dixon sacrificed himself to protect the senator at that point, and then he dies. It was tragic. And Marcos gets the Joe's Deli in Joe's respects and stuff. Oh man, it was so sad at the end. So at first I thought that Marcos was gonna betray him at one point because I was like, oh man, he's way too goddamn nice. But no, he stood by Joe throughout the entire time. So that was good. I like that relationship. All right, now the bad stuff. Okay, so the two most annoying characters in this movie are these two fucking schoolgirls who are slutty as fuck. And, oh my god, they repeat the lines so fucking much. Okay, so they show these two schoolgirls who were at Joe's Deli earlier in the movie. And they were trying to steal one candy bar. So Joe realizes this because he has security cameras over the fucking place. So he realizes them trying to steal the candy bar, so he goes up to them saying, hey, give back the candy bar unless you're going to pay for it. So they're giving him a hard time about it. The girl who stole the candy bar is like, oh, you know what? You better back off, motherfucker, or else I'm going to yell out rape. I was like, he has security cameras all over the goddamn place, bitch. You have no proof of him raping you. What the fuck? Ugh. And also, it's almost the night of the Purge. If he wants to rape you, I'm pretty sure it would have been legal. Just saying. Anyway. So, they're giving him a hard time. Then the badass lady stepped in, and she told them to get the fuck out, basically. So, because of that, the two schoolgirls are fucking angry because they want their fucking candy bar. So, they decide to come back. Of course, it's the Purge. So, they come back later in the movie, and they're dressed as these even more slutty schoolgirls. They're wearing like bridal outfits, I guess. They're wearing corsets. They're showing off their asses too. And they are busty as fuck. And they have blood drenched all over their faces. They're wearing these crude, grotesque masks. And I guess it's supposed to be freaky and sexy at the same time. But I thought it was just fucking obnoxious. Seriously, because when they first showed up, this scene felt like it took 5 fucking long minutes, but it felt like forever. They drove up in these cars with Christmas lights wrapped all over the car, including the windshield. I don't even know how they even managed to get all the way here at that point, because seriously, it's gonna be hard to see through that windshield, so how the fuck did they even manage to stay in one piece? I don't know. So they're inside this car, they got out, all in slow motion with the diamond-plated or gold-plated AK-47s, and they're just dancing and twirling in slow motion and trying to be sexy at the same time, but yet freaky like this and showing off their cleavage and stuff like that. So yeah, that was fucking annoying. And then they took off their masks and they're like, I just killed my parents and now I want my fucking candy bar, you motherfucker. I want my candy bar, cocksucker. So yeah, that's all they keep saying the entire fucking time. It's fucking annoying. I want them dead ever since they showed up in the goddamn movie. And that was before they dressed up as these slutty bridal outfit shits. So yeah, at that point, Joe was like, hey, listen, back off. I don't want to kill anyone today. If you want to live, then you better back off. But they want to get in, and then Marco shot the girl in the ear. That was cool. Why didn't you shoot them in the fucking head? I don't know, because you know they would fucking come back. Seriously, you should have fucking killed them at that point. You should know they would come back. So that's why I was a bit disappointed, even though that was awesome that he shot her in the fucking ear. So, of course, they came back with even more people. They came back with the saws. And again, they repeat, I want my fucking candy bar, motherfucker. So that was fucking annoying. And they were just dancing with each other, just slowly in slow motion while the saws are trying to cut through the gates and the doors and stuff like that. Oh my god, it was so annoying. At that point, I'm like, please, someone just kill these fucking bitches. Please, someone just kill them. And then the badass chick drove in with her ambulance, ran them over. That was fucking cool. Then she's like, wait here, I'll be right back. So she takes out her pump shotgun, gets outside, kills 2 of the people in the fucking heads, blows them away. Then she realizes that the girl she ran over isn't fucking dead yet, so she walked over there slowly, and then she sees the girl, shoots her in the fucking head. Boom! That was fucking good. It felt so fucking good that they died. My God. Whew! But yeah, that's the thing. The director did a good job of making some of these people so unlikable you want them fucking dead, and I guess that's a good thing. But he could have done a bit better by giving us characters that we also hate but also like, you know? Like, we love to hate this character, but he's so good. Like Hans Lander from Inglourious Basterds. You want him fucking dead, but at the same time, Christoph Waltz did such a good job with this character that you also don't want him to die. See, you could have done a character like that. You could have done these crazy schoolgirls and made them even better. Make them even more crazy, but less obnoxious. Don't let them just repeat the line, "I want my fucking candy bar, cocksucker." Yeah, that was fucking annoying. Ugh. Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like this guy can't write good female characters, to be honest. I mean, Lena Headey was good in the first Purge movie. Actually, that's the thing. I feel like he does it better for making the female characters who are the protagonists kind of likable, at least. That's like the minimum, just kind of likable. But for the crazy female purgers, yeah, they're just so annoying you want them to fucking die. Seriously. And the other thing about this movie, too, when this movie tries to get all artsy and stuff, it's just pretentious and obnoxious. Seriously. Okay, so every time there's a little bit of a slow moment, the director wants to show off the creepy side of the Purge, and he does it in a lot of this in slow motion, and it does like that blur effect where only the middle is focused, but on the outer edges of the screen it's all blurred out, and whenever there's a bright light in the distance, it's all glowy and stuff like that, trying to make it look like the lights from the Beauty and the Beast movies, stuff like that. So I guess he's trying to make it beautiful at the same time, but haunting, but it just doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. And because it's in slow motion, it just felt like unnecessary padding. So there are these creepy scenes where you have these guys purging throughout the night, like men walking in slow motion with like the black hoods of executioners and the flamethrowers just burning shit up in slow motion. And then you see these guys with the guillotine chopping off people's heads in slow motion. Then you see these guys wearing presidential masks like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and they're just walking down the street in slow motion. And then you see these creepy looking girls with these light up Statue of Liberty masks in slow motion. Then you see these other girls who are dancing around people who are hung from a tree, and they did it all in slow motion. You see what I mean? It's just annoying. Seriously. If you just filmed it normally, or like Mad Max style, like a little bit of shaky cam, but a little bit like hyperactive and stuff like that, just keeps the blood pumping, that would have been so much better. But no, you did it all in slow motion, and it's just fucking annoying. Seriously. Please, director, because since you wrote this and directed these 3 movies, stop doing that. Just stop. Stop making it try to be artsy and stuff like that, okay? Just make it suspenseful. That's it. It's just annoying at this point. Come on. I think it's because I'm so used to seeing the Purgers going in slow motion, trying to be crazy and insane and stuff like that, and it's trying to look beautiful and freaky at the same time, but it just doesn't work anymore. You give it up. Give up the gimmick. It just doesn't work anymore. Seriously. If you make it similar to like Mad Max style, like it's all in your face, everything's going fast as possible, like chopping off the head like that, or dancing around like that, then it would be more effective. But the way you're doing it, it's not working. And it's not scary, it's not haunting. And that's basically it. That's how I feel about the Purge election year. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie, and it is the best out of the 3. And I'm excited for Purge 4. I don't know exactly what's going to happen afterwards. I mean, the senator just won, so what is the Purge 4 going to be about? Like, it's going to be the final Purge or something like that? Or someone did kill the senator who's going to be president, so the minister ends up being president or stuff like that. I don't know. But, this movie does focus on the rebels against the NFFA, so I guess you could say it goes deeper into the idea of the Purge because the NFFA created the Purge in the first place. So I guess it's more contained in a way. But the bad thing about this movie, Dante Bishop. So you have this guy who's been in all three Purge movies, and this is what he's reduced to? Seriously? I can't believe he died that way. Seriously, I thought his death was fucking pointless. Why did you write his character off like that? Because the evolution of his character. He was the stranger that the kid invited in the first movie. Then it turned out he was a war veteran, so that's why he knows how to kill people. And then he actually respect the hospitality of Lena Headey and her family. And then after that, he just happens to be in the Purge Anarchy working for the rebels. And now he's the leader of this the rebellion in Washington, D.C. And he tries to kill off the NFFA, but he fails and decides not to kill off the minister in the end, and then he just gets killed off like that? Come on! Yeah, his character could have been used so much better in this movie. And it's weird because I believe he gets the most screen time in this movie, but he's treated like fucking shit. So, yeah, that's how I felt about his character now. And we actually know his name, Dante Bishop. We never knew that before. Probably that was in the Purge because of the dog tags, but I couldn't even read it that fast. So, yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. So, that's how I feel about the Purge election here, guys. If you've seen the movie, write down in the comments below. How do you feel about the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Okay, guys, so I guess I'll see you till the next Purge. And again, have a happy Independence Day. Peace!